out in the garden. We've been enjoying ourselves doing yard work. My husband has been helping with the yard work. I'm very thankful for that. However, he's not one that likes to do spring cleaning, and I haven't finished that up. And all of a sudden, the temperature drops to 35 degrees. Now I don't have an excuse to avoid spring cleaning by spending time outside in the yard. It's time to get back on track, and we got little decluttering to do here and there. And as far as decluttering, most of what I need to declutter, you will not see it because it's hidden away. We may open up some drawers and some cabinets and pull out some stuff and see what on earth can we do with this. But with frugal living, I have learned to minimalize. A thing that I never quite understood why people put so much emphasis, or why do they treasure belongings. But I do have a family member that is a hoarder, so I guess I can kind of understand it. People live in the past and they don't want to let go of things. It's very easy for me to let go of things. My husband, not so much. So we're going to be working on that definitely. Sometimes it's more than sentimental reasons why people hold on to things. They have collections that they think will be worth money later on. They enjoy things and want to leave it to their family members. My husband's entertainment center is a good example of collections. And we have decided that this is his responsibility for dusting, cleaning, everything. He wants to be the one in charge. If it's dusty, don't blame me, in other words. This is pretty much off limits for me, but this is where he keeps his movies. These are DVDs, and they are numerous. I put them in alphabetical order. It took several hours to do that years ago. He doesn't watch these movies very often. He said he has seen all these movies. Besides the Christmas movies that we treasure and a few other movies, he could let go of these. But he believes that someone in his family, one of his kids, would like to inherit this. So he's holding on to it. But this is an example of people that hold on to things because they believe it's a collection or they want to leave it to their family members. The same situation applies with his CDs. This music collection is very extensive, mostly rock and roll music from the 70s and 80s. There's only a few albums that he plays on a regular basis. Most of the music here he never even listens to. We've had conversations in the past, and he's not ready to let go of these either. So we'll just have to hold on to this until he's ready. Well, what do you do when you have a family member that doesn't want to get rid of anything? You move on, is what you do. You control what you can control. What belongs to you and what is manageable? What can you come to an agreement on to get rid of? There are things he doesn't care about, and he lets me handle that and decide what to keep or give away. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to focus on what I have control over, because if I keep pondering about what he has and how much of it he has and worrying about, oh my goodness, what am I going to do with all this if something happens? It's even hard to talk about. It really is. You just need to work on what you can control. If you can find anything at all, if you can come to any kind of agreement about what to throw away or donate, then do so. The older I get, the more concerned I am that something will happen. Maybe he and I will be on a plane, and the plane may go down, and it will be up to our children to sort through all of this. And most of it is probably going to go in a dumpster, to be honest, from what I know of the children and what they like and what they don't like. They may even feel bad that they have to give some of that stuff away, and they may take some of the stuff and be burdened with it. And the same thing it may accumulate, and they may end up leaving that for their kids who don't want it. So instead, I think we need to seriously take a look at this situation and come to some kind of agreement. Not put it off, not procrastinate, because procrastinating is like the worst thing you can do when it comes to the need to minimalize. This is a bedroom closet, and we have books here. Most of these are mine. Now, there's some that are my husband's. He's definitely keeping that. That's for when he was in the Marine Corps. The dictionary we're keeping. We need that dictionary. You just never know. Although you can get online, you can find definitions of words and much quicker than looking in the dictionary. It's good to have. What if the internet goes down and we need to look up a word? We're keeping that for sure. This was my grandmother's. It's very old, from 1912, the year she was born. And it's falling apart, but I'm keeping it. The People's Home Library. My grandmother used it all the time for everything you can imagine, for recipes and for home cures and taking care of farm animals, all kinds of things. So I want to keep this. I want to keep this. And if my kids inherit this and they don't want to keep it, that's up to them. But for me, I want to keep this. I refer to it every once in a while. It reminds me of my grandmother, who I was very fond of. Okay, that's just one sentimental thing for me, but I don't have very many sentimental things like that. So that we're keeping. This is a Bible. This has meaning for Danny. It was given to his family many years ago. We're definitely going to keep this. So these books we are keeping. And they will be here when we are gone, and the family, his family or my family, can sort through these and decide what they want to keep. Somehow Danny's books got mixed up with mine. I thought these were mostly my books, but this is knots and how to tie them for when he was in the Boy Scouts. I don't know if he still wants this or not. Last time I heard he wanted it, so I guess we're keeping that. And here's another book on marriage. I don't know what he's doing with this, but it must be a very old book. A marriage manual. Okay. Well, I don't know if he wants it or not. I'll talk to him about it. Song books. Books seem to have more meaning to me than knickknacks and things like that. Now, I did give a bunch of books away, donated a bunch of books years ago that were hard to let go. Novels and things like that. But this is Great Songs of the Church. It's a hymnal. And I really like it. I'm going to keep it. Okay. But there's a book here, a really old book on Encyclopedia of Fruits, Vegetables, Nuts, and Seeds and Healthy Living. I know most of what's in here, the facts that are in here. Someone gave this book to me years ago, and I'm going to donate it. Maybe someone will want to pick this up at the thrift store and sort through it. It could be an older person who doesn't want to go on the internet and research things like this, but I can research all of this on the internet. Oh, this is his marine book. Okay, we got to keep that. This is a book on physical fitness. I'll have to ask him about that. Okay. And the knots too, maybe. I don't know that anyone really wants that. They might just recycle it, but who knows? Let's see what we have here. This is in Danny's family also. This is where his grandfather worked, the Levitt Tower. There's some information here on the Levitt Tower, downtown Columbus. He'll want to keep that. Titanic. I have seen this book before. It was given to me by someone and I really like it, but I don't need it. And maybe someone at the thrift store will like it. I can research this on the internet, but someone at the thrift store might not like getting on the internet for everything, and they might enjoy this book. Actually, I thought we were done. I looked back in that closet way in the back and I found some more books. These are all books to do with Harley Davidson that Danny bought at some point in his life, and a Chevrolet. I mean, I bet they're interesting with interesting pictures, and there's someone that will really enjoy these, I'm sure. But he never looks at them. He's never looked at them since I've been with him. Look at that big book on Harley Davidson. I have to talk to him about it and see if I can donate these. Dimensional Tribute to an American Icon. Oh my goodness. God, I have to talk to him about that. He might want to hold on to that one. There's a book right here. This will be interesting for someone, and I don't need it. I have researched so much about movie stars and movies and okay. 100 Years of Hollywood, a century of movie magic. And there's that from that old Frankenstein movie. I know someone's going to want this book. I'm definitely going to donate this. That's from a cat on a hot tin roof. I'm definitely going to donate this. I feel really good about donating it. Someone's going to enjoy this, I'm sure. Back here, I'm just going to do a little dusting because it is dirty. Oh my goodness. I'll just use vinegar and water. Woo! Terrible. I have not dusted this in a few years. Oh, good Lord. It is a mess. Now it's got to dry. Give it a head start. And dry it with the towel. And here are the books. And much more organized and looks pretty good. These are the ones that we're keeping. Let's see what we can minimalize in this room. I do need to clean my home office here. My husband has a pair of pants there. We need to remove that. I just cleaned this shelf not too long ago, and it's good. I clean this shelf more often because I can reach it. The other two, in order to dust them, I have to stand on a ladder. There's some unusual items up there. We're going to bring them down. I'm going to show you. I probably need to donate those. Let's take a look at them and see what the heck they are. Let's see. About 3 years ago, Dan and I went to a costume party. We went to pick out masks to go with some outfits that we had. He was just going to wear his regular, I believe his leather jacket, dressed like he always does. But he saw this and he liked this hat. It's a time traveler from a movie or something. I'm not sure what it is, but that was 3 years ago. We haven't used it since. So we're going to donate this, and I'll let the thrift store decide what to do with it. It's a very weird item, I know. So we're going to donate this, and we're going to donate this. I thought about it the last 2 years. I haven't worn this mask. It's a Day of the Dead mask. And it's fine. I don't have to dress up I don't need it. If we decide we want to go, we'll go and buy it on a whim. If we decide we want to dress up for a costume party, we normally go to a Halloween get together, but we don't dress up. No one dresses up. Either that or just the kids dress up when they go trick-or-treating, his grandkids. We like to go over there and pass out candy while they're trick-or-treating with their parents. And the same with the eagle. This was given to him by his daughter years ago. It's a stuffed eagle. I don't know why it was given to him, but he said he doesn't need it. So this will be donated also. We can get rid of these. Well, look at these items here. This is like a little candy dish, and I love it. This was here when I moved in. Daddy doesn't know where it came from. So we're going to keep that. And these are all candy dishes that his mother gave to me. These were his mother's. That's why it's bothering me a little bit. I'll ask Danny about these. Okay, this clock was his mother's. It works. He looks at it every morning when he gets up. We'll keep that. This was his mother's when she retired from the city. She used to work for the courthouse. They put the wrong date on this, but that's all right. Every spring and summer, I set this out on the coffee table. This is a very nice piece that his uncle gave to him. He wants to keep it, so we'll leave it right there. His daughter gave me this bird for Christmas. I'm definitely keeping that as a cardinal. The mushroom I bought from Oakland Nursery at Christmas time. I love it. We're keeping that. And this, Danny bought this on Valentine's Day. He gave this to me about 5 years ago. It's beautiful. We're keeping that. This candle came from my sister at Christmas time a few years ago, about 3 years ago. I haven't used it much. I like it. We're keeping that. This came from his son several years ago. It's a candle. It's cinnamon. It smells wonderful. We're keeping that. Everything on this shelf we're keeping in this little candle here. This is Danny's bracelet. He's had it for years. I don't know what this razor blade's doing here, but that's his. We're keeping everything here, and the shelf is clean. I'm just going to dust those two top shelves. straighten up my office here. I've got some notes. I need to put these in a folder where I have a folder somewhere here. Look at this folder all the time. It says bills due, mail review, current task. I'm just going to put the notes in there. Folders back here to do with household accounts and things like that. I do need to do some dusting though, it looks like, for sure. Thanks for watching today. Minimalizing is an important task that everyone should consider doing in their lifetime. It's very important to decide what you want to keep and what you want to donate or give away or throw away because it's just trash. And it will clear your mind and clean up your life. Just like I'm sweeping here to try to make this carpet look better. Sweeping away excess dirt and what is not necessary to be collected in this room. We have many future projects to do, and I hope that you'll be inspired by this and check back to see more cleaning and minimalizing and decluttering videos like this one. Looking good, and the carpet is swept. Well, that's good. And we have an empty shelf up there. We don't have anything on it right now, but who knows what will happen before the year is over.